everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you a fantastic side dish for the holidays or anytime. This is how to cook pumpkin spoon bread. So I already have some pumpkin cooked up, okay? I made a beautiful soup the other night. I made a ginger chicken soup in a pumpkin, and I have lots of the pumpkin flesh left, so that's what I'm using today. It's already cooked, so you could roast up your pumpkin, barbecue your pumpkin, do whatever you gotta do to get your pumpkin, okay? I have about 6 cups of that. That's not being used yet. To start with, we're gonna go on our stove top with a medium saucepan, 2 cups of milk, 1/3 cup of cornmeal. Now tonight I'm using yellow cornmeal, but you can use whatever kind you like. 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now this is going to have somewhat of the consistency of a pumpkin pie or a sweet potato pie. I make a killer sweet potato spoon bread. Make sure you check out my recipe for that. But this is using the pumpkin today, and it's called spoon bread because it's not quite a bread, it's not quite a pudding, it's in between, and you need to use a spoon to scoop it, but boy, is it tasty. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm adding 1½ teaspoons of ground ginger. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cloves and 1.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. And I'm going to add about 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So over this medium heat, we are going to stir this, and we're going to cook it until the cornmeal is somewhat thickening the liquid, which is the milk. So that's going to take about 10 minutes. Stir to combine all those ingredients, get those spices mixed in, and get that sugar dissolved, the butter melted. In the meantime, get your food processor out. Okay, this has been cooking for about 10 minutes. I'm just whisking it to make sure that all those spices are broken up. We don't have any clumps of cloves or ginger. That would be kind of abrupt and frightening when you bit into it if you had a big chunk of that, right? So just whisk that up. You're gonna see this is super thickened now, okay? That's about 10 minutes. You just made like a pudding, a spiced pudding. So we're just going to let this cool for a little while because we are adding eggs to this mixture. And we're gonna do that in the food processor or in a standing mixer. So I'm gonna let that just cool down for a minute so we don't have scrambled eggs when I add it. Okay, now we're gonna put this all together now that this is cool in a standing mixer today. That's what I'm using. But before I do that, I'm going to butter a baking dish, okay? So there you go. Now this is a 2-quart baking dish. You can use butter, that's what I'm gonna use because butter just always tastes better. Make sure the whole thing is greased up, the sides, the bottom, everything. And I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees. As you can see, this is nice and thickened, and it's much cooler, okay? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put my pumpkin in first. This is 6 cups of pureed pumpkin. I'm going to add about half of this cornmeal mixture now and stir it through, and then add the rest. I have altogether 3/4 cup of flour. I'm going to add about half of that, stir this together first. It's also going to help cool down the cornmeal mixture a little bit. Put the rest of my flour in. I have about 3/4 cup of maple syrup. You could use half a cup of maple syrup and 1/3 cup of honey if you like, but I'm using all maple syrup tonight. And I'm going to add the rest of my cornmeal. I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. And we're going to stir that together to be smooth. Next, I'm going to add 3 eggs, but I like to break them into a bowl first to make sure that there's no shells. The mixture should be nice and cool by now so that these guys won't scramble when you put them in. Now mix and make sure everything is nice and smooth and combined. Now I'm gonna do a quick taste test to make sure that it's sweet enough and all the spices are on point. That's really tasty. I might add just a little bit more brown sugar. Maybe another 1/4 of a cup. Mix that all through. Perfect. Okay, now we're just gonna pour this into our greased baking dish. Okay, let that be because it's gonna rise just a little tiny bit and we don't want it to overflow. So I have a little bit left and that's okay. So into the oven it goes, just like this, at 350 degrees. So we're gonna let this go for about 45 minutes or until, you know, a skewer comes in and out relatively clean, okay? So we'll see you in about 45 minutes. Now let's take a look at our pumpkin spoon bread. It's still quite liquidy in the middle. It has to go for a little while longer. You're gonna have to eyeball it. When I use sweet potatoes, it would be done by now. Although I did use a little tiny oven instead of the main oven because I can't fit it in with my turkey. So that might be the reason why too. So I'm gonna put it in until a knife reaches in and it comes out somewhat clean. Now the edges are beautifully baked and that's what we're looking for. So I just need to get it through the middle like that and we're good to go. All right, this has been in there for about 45 minutes. I just want to check it. I'm going to check it for doneness. Now I know it's done around the sides. It looks gorgeous. It's browned up on nice, but I've got to check the center. And that's beautiful. We're done. So this is going to cool down a little bit before you can even cut into it, but it's done. And it is glorious. Look at that. Lovely, right? Oh, so we're just gonna leave that on the side for a minute while we get our turkey broken down for the holidays. Mom is just in time for her spoon bread. She's getting her plate ready. We have a beautiful stuffing tonight, a haskap rice stuffing for poultry. Check out that recipe. We did a roasted haskap glazed holiday turkey and a lovely haskap mushroom turkey gravy to go along with it. And this is what our other side dish is. So this looks lovely. It's cooled off quite a bit. Now we can spoon it out just like it should be. There you go. Lovely. It turned out wonderfully. I can't wait to taste it. So just spoon it out. That's why it's called spoon bread. Make sure you get some of that lovely crust. And it's sort of the consistency of pumpkin pie. That's what we're looking for. So you get this lovely soft inside like a pumpkin pie, but it's warm. And then you get this lovely crust that went on the top. Fantastic. It's a light, fluffy consistency. Mom, have a try of that. Oh, it's nice and sweet and spicy, just perfectly spicy. Oh my God, that's so good. That worked out beautifully. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. So that's what we have going on. It's nice and soft on the inside and that beautiful caramelized bits on the top. Oh, it's so tasty. I wish that I could give you taste-o-vision because it is fantastic. That's just as good, if not better, than the sweet potato spoon bread, Mom. Wouldn't you say? Oh, awesome. It's really tasty. What a lovely recipe for the fall, for any holiday meal, or the winter, anytime in the winter. It's nice and spicy, it's heartwarming, and it makes the house smell delicious, doesn't it? You don't need potpourri. No potpourri needed. Lovely. I hope that you try this recipe out too. It's great with sweet potato. Check out that recipe. You're gonna love this, all right? Make sure you check me out. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me syndicated on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye. Oh, I can't wait to eat, Mom.